Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Move Me Back series. My name is Della, also known as Natural Ghana Girl, and today I have such an awesome guest with me. I have with me Michelle Hammond.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm so super excited to speak with you today.
Oh, great.
I mean, I feel a little bit intimidated here because you're so amazing. You're a speaker, you're an author.
A best-selling author, let's not forget.
Okay, a best-selling author. Yes.
Of over 42 books sold over 2.5 million worldwide. I'm just filling in the blanks.
Of course you are, naturally, of course. So I'm overwhelmed. So I'm so happy that I get to speak to you today.
I'm also an actress, a fashion designer,
Okay.
a singer, songwriter, producer.
Okay.
So I wear many, many hats.
Many hats.
I'm
Wow.
Bajan, not Jamaican. I know the Jamaicans are known for having 10 jobs, but
So I want to hear a bit more of that accent. Just hit me with it. Hit me with it. I love it.
I come from Rihanna land, so you know. Except
Right.
I was born before her. You know,
Okay.
Before her. Yeah.
You mean you have more experience than her?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, it's experience.
Yeah.
It's not about age. We don't talk about age here. We talk about experience, you know?
Yes, exactly. It's all about experience.
Yes. Okay. So tell me a little bit about yourself. So you live in Ghana, right?
I've lived in Ghana for 10 years.
10 years.
Yes. My father is Ghanaian. My mother's from Barbados, and I was born in London, and then planted in America for quite some time, as you can probably tell from my basic accent.
Yes.
And then my dad passed away. He was Mr. George Hammond. He established Merchant Bank here. He was the chairman of Merchant Bank and had many businesses.
Wow.
And so when he passed on, he kind of left me in charge of everything. So I was flying back and forth because I had a very flourishing ministry in America. I had written a bunch of books and was traveling all over the place, speaking at churches like Creflo Dollar, T.D. Jakes, Eddie Long,
Those are
Crystal
massive
Cathedral,
churches.
Matthew, I'm going to mess up his name, but you know who I'm talking about. Ashimawolo, is that it?
Oh, yes.
In England, Jesus House in England. I've been to Nigeria to speak, South Africa. I've been all over the world speaking.
Wow.
So that's what I was doing when he passed on.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And as I was getting overwhelmed by going back and forth trying to manage two worlds, I said, God, what do you want me to do? And he said, move to Ghana. And I was like, really? That's not on any list I have, Jesus. I don't know about that. But 3 weeks later, everything I owned was on a container on the ocean.
Hold on.
And
3 weeks.
3 weeks I made the decision. And my 3 dogs and I, along with a friend of mine, were on the plane headed here.
Wow. Okay.
And I haven't looked back.
That decision came about very quickly. How did you put everything in place to make it happen?
It had to be God, because once it was confirmed in my spirit that he was really talking to me about it, I just made the decision, called the movers, and my friends are like, really? And I was like, yes. And they're like, maybe you need to slow down. Maybe you're just like having an emotional reaction. So no, I really think it's God. So that was it. Wow. It doesn't take me long to obey God when I'm sure it's his voice. I'm gone, man.
So you literally went from, there's no way I'm going to Ghana, and flipped the switch to, I'm going.
Yeah. But I will say a backstory is that everything in my life dried up. When God wants you to move, he will dry up everything around you where you are.
Yeah.
And so as I was sitting saying, how am I going to solve this? And of course I had strategies for how to revive, make the comeback, do all of that kind of stuff. And God said, no, go. It's an Abraham move for you. And I won't tell you what I have for you until you obey me. So I did it, and I've just been the happiest I've ever been, to be perfectly honest. I can't believe that, but it's true.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. So 10 years is a pretty healthy amount of time to have been here.
Yes.
Tell me what you have seen from the time that you came 10 years ago to now. Because I've been here 8 years, and I know I've seen some changes. So I'm assuming you've seen similar things to me. So, but you tell me.
Oh, yeah.
From your
Well,
point of
massive changes, modernization, buildings, fabulous buildings going up everywhere, lots of businesses being interested in coming, tourism actually thriving, and I'm working on a project that's going to blow that up through the ceiling in a minute.
Really?
Yes.
Are you going to tell us a little bit about it?
Oh, maybe, perhaps. It's simmering.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, before I was in ministry, I was in advertising for the largest black ad agency in America. So I worked on accounts such as McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Ford Motor Company. So I was always flying to Los Angeles or New York, working with lots of celebrities on those commercials, hiring them for those commercials. So I had a lot of friends in the industry, and I still do. And I've just seen quite a lot of wonder and, you know, just curiosity about Africa, especially since Wakanda, you know. So there are lots of celebrities coming and going that people don't even know about. They just kind of sneak in under the radar and come. And so Ghana, I think, is a bigger attraction than people know. I know we tend to complain about the government. I don't think anybody's ever happy with any government. But I will say this one thing for Donato, that he has attracted a lot of business to this country, people to invest in the country. And the tourism is actually can be attributed to his massive move with the year of return and different things that he's done to spike interest in Ghana. Ghana is the premier go-to place right now.
It absolutely is. Yeah.
When I go back, and I go back and forth quite a bit, I'm actually hosting a tour starting today.
Oh, really?
This afternoon, yes. Because I do that on the side. But seriously, anytime I mention that I live in Ghana, people go, I want to come. And I go, come.
Really?
You know.
So do you host people in your house?
I don't in my house. I have a home in Cape Coast that's Airbnb.
Okay.
So lots of people from all over the world rent that. But you know, I mean, I'll have them over for dinner, but I put them in hotels. Yes.
Right.
But the thing is that, like I said, there's a curiosity about Ghana from several different standpoints. One, a lot of people are interested in investing. A lot of people are interested in the real estate. A lot of people are interested in moving because right now America is experiencing what is called Blacksit, which is the black exit. America is not what it used to be. I myself, even when I go 2 weeks is my limit. After I've eaten my way across America and seen my best friends, I'm ready to go. The angst, the tension, the hatred, you know, I mean, literally you're sitting in a restaurant and you hear a pop outside and you duck because you don't know what's going to happen, you know. Or you don't feel really safe walking on the streets because of all of the crime, no matter where you go. And who wants to live like that? I love my Ghana. It's peaceful. Sometimes the people get on my last nerve because they're always late. So we got CP time, honestly. All over the world, it comes from our roots here. Okay, I will say that. But, you know, I mean, we take for granted the peace we have. The quality of life we have. We are much healthier than people in the States because of how we eat here. And then I think we also take our art for granted. As you can see in my home, I don't take our art for granted
I'm telling you, you definitely don't. Like, I was just like, ooh, when I walked in here.
You know what? Here's the thing. I lived in a world, even in the black advertising world, it was very white dominated. When you drive down the street, you see white people on everything. You know, most of the shows had only, I mean, Seinfeld, which was a huge hit in the States, in New York, you didn't see any black people. It's like there are black people in New York. And so when you're here and you're driving down the street and you're seeing yourself on every billboard, I can't tell you what that does to your self-esteem. It is so encouraging. I remember when Obama was running for president and black people in America could not believe that a black man could ever be president. And I was like, I believe it. I've seen black presidents. And so I think that we take a lot of what we have here naturally and organically very much for granted, and we need to celebrate it more.
Absolutely, it's very true. It's very true. There is definitely a sense of freedom when you move here. You feel like you're finally able to breathe. And to live life, right? There's like you can every day can be different. It's how you choose to have your day, right?
Exactly.
And I love that about here. It's so
I
beautiful.
love that too.
Yeah. So tell me, what was your biggest culture shock when you moved to Ghana?
I can't say there was really a culture shock. I mean, you know, I lived in Barbados, and Barbados is very much like Ghana.
Right. Okay.
So to me, even the food is very similar. I always laughingly say that the Ghanaians went to Barbados and the Nigerians went to Jamaica.
Okay.
And I have lots of family there, including the Prime Minister of Barbados right now. So, you know, for me, I can't say I had culture shock. I probably had little living shocks. Like,
Okay.
I did not know that you needed a generator because in America you don't.
Right.
I did not know I'd have to buy my water. I did not know about little things like that, you know, or putting gas in air conditioners and refrigerators. It was like, what's that all about?
Yeah.
I mean, those are things I never had to deal with before.
Yeah.
So it's more the little inconveniences that you have to adjust to. And once you do, it's just a part of life.
So tell me, so when you came here, was your intention to continue on with some of the business things that you're doing, or did you have specific plans to start new businesses when you moved here? What was your setup going to be?
I didn't know what I was going to do with myself, to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
I think probably initially in my mind, well, I'm an author. I'll continue writing books. I'll continue getting speaking engagements and carry on that way and just fly back and forth. That kind of didn't happen.
Right.
All of a sudden, publishers felt like I had moved to Mars. Maybe now that Jeff Bezos is taking people there and Elon Musk and all those people are going, they won't think that that's so far away. But in the meantime, I think that they felt I wouldn't be able to support my books and the promotion of them because I was too far away. So they kind of pulled back.
Right.
And same thing happened speaking wise because nobody wanted to pay for that airline ticket, you know. But it kind of was a godsend for me because it opened up new avenues of expression.
Okay.
Before I left the States, I was co-hosting a Christian talk show, which I won an Emmy for co-hosting.
Wow.
So I still had an interest of doing things in a film way. So I had been going back and forth to LA actually, working on doing my own show, my own talk show.
Oh, nice.
Before I moved. So I was kind of like, Lord, what about all that stuff? You told me to move and now I'm just sitting here. What's going on? And then there was a knock at the door and someone said, someone wants to rent your house for a movie. And I was like, really? And it ended up being Single and Married, which they ended up giving me a little 5-minute spot in, and it kind of blew up from there and my acting career took off. So I ended up starring in Candle in the Wind, which is a Pascal Amanfor production. And I've done movies with Yvonne Nelson, Shirley Frimpong. I regularly do a lot of her things. I think she's so amazing. Right now I'm currently on like 4 soap operas and a reality show in Ghana. So,
really?
Yeah, on Aquaba Magic. I'm in Dede. I'm in Ino. I'm in Roses and Daggers. And, there's another one. Accra Medic, and then I also do Sankofa.
See, envision yourself to continue doing, or are there other things that you would like to also do?
Well, I do love acting, and I actually have to finish a film that I wrote and produced. So maybe next year. I've launched a fashion line called MMH Collections. Okay. So that's going very well. It's online, and then I do pop-up shops.
Up and ready?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I'll have to put your details on screen. I'm going to take a look for myself too.
So we're getting ready actually to launch our second flow of things because the first, most of the pieces are gone already. So that was quite successful. And I do online meetings for women all over the world. They come on like the first Saturday of every month. We have different guests that talk about different topics. So I've just like created this safe space. Actually, that happened during COVID. I was in London for 7 months because the gates were closed here and I had gone there to speak. And so I got sojourned. That was the longest time I've been there since I was born there. And I enjoyed every moment of it. But out of that isolation time, I created a room for people to meet in every Saturday. So from April to September, we actually met every Saturday. And hundreds of women and men would log on to the MMH Hangout and we would talk about various topics. And I created rooms so that they could network together. So now we just do it once a month, the first Saturday of the month. And of course, I created online curriculum during that time, book clubs, and A love masterclass, and we're getting ready to launch.
What's a love masterclass?
Oh, it's all about relationships and how to navigate through relationships and understand love. Know what you're getting into, and you know, clarify what you really want so that you get what you want.
So you get what you want, okay. So you do a lot of like speaking engagements and things like that?
Actually, I just finished a new book called Next, What to Do When Shift Happens.
Shift happens. I noticed you're very careful when you said that. When shift happens, yes.
But we know that the other happens too.
It does.
Yes, it does. So doing that, and we're going to be doing some diva conferences next year, like moving around though.
Okay.
But I still speak. I go back and forth to the States, and I still speak.
Okay.
So all of that happens under the umbrella of MMH Ministries, and then of course I've got the tour company, and we're launching a writing course because everybody's always bugging me about how to write a book. So that's coming up in September. I'm really excited about sharing and getting people to write.
So Ghana is very good to you right now, right?
Yes, I think so. You know, sometimes it's interesting. I think and I go, wow, Lord, you knew what you were doing. I'm sure he laughs when I say that. But I have to literally say that all my dreams have come true in Ghana. Yeah. And I thought that everything would stop when I moved to Ghana because I didn't see all those opportunities.
Right.
But I will say that this is a place, if you're considering moving, it's kind of like the Wild Wild West. You know, the floor is open for whatever you want to bring, however you want to express yourself. Don't come here with no nonsense though. But you know what I mean?
So would you say there is a particular type of person that can move here? Or should I say, can anyone move to Ghana? Because you know, you hear people come to Ghana and they say, they come here and perhaps they don't make it, they can't do it, and they go back home or they go back to the West. What would you say? Is there a type of person? Does Ghana suit a particular type of person? Do you have to have particular qualities to be able to live here?
Well, I think you have to have patience and you have to have perseverance. You also have to adjust your expectations. This is not America.
Right.
If you went to the West Indies or any other tropical place, there are certain things. People move slower. I don't know, maybe it's the heat.
Yes.
But they take their time. They're much more laid back.
Yeah.
So if you're a now person, this place is going to make you crazy. It's not going to work for you. If you're a perfectionist and everything has to be buttoned up tight, you're not going to make it here unless you learn to relax.
Right.
I remember when I first came, and I'd be invited somewhere, I'd be killing myself to get there at 4 o'clock because it started at 4 o'clock. And I'd call my cousin and she'd say, oh, I'm just drawing my bath. And I'd be like, what? And she'd say, oh, nobody's there. And I'd, you know, rush ahead of her and say, well, I'll just meet you there. And she was right. No one was there. People come drifting in about 6 o'clock. You know, and so it's little things like that that you learn to adjust. Right. You have to learn about the people. You are not coming to make them like you.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
That's not going to work. And guess what? They're not budging. They're going to remain to be who they are. So it calls for some adjustment. It calls for learning to relax. And guess what? Once you relax, you will enjoy relaxing. You'll say, that's such a relief from being so, because listen, when I'm in the States, I'm a nervous wreck because everybody's like on time and I feel tense the whole time because you got to get there. And here it's like, oh, it's okay. It's all right, you know. And as you get older in life too, you appreciate that, I think, a lot more.
Yes.
It's a people culture. It's a very social culture. And people have expectations of one another. And you learn to adjust and pick what you're going to abide by and what you're not. But be okay with yourself. You know, you are going to see a mosquito. You are going to see a gecko. You know, this is not Chicago or New York. It's Atlanta. It's Mississippi. It's Alabama. It's more like living in the South. You know, if I have to compare it to something, I always say Nigeria is New York, and Chicago. I mean, Ghana is Atlanta or Florida. You know. So you know, leave your American expectations behind and learn to embrace a culture that's actually healthier for you. And I think that, you know, like I said before, some come condescending, some come looking for all the wrong things, and they go away disgruntled. But it's their expectations. It's not the country. And is it perfect anywhere? I mean, if you enjoy being killed and feeling tense, stay in America. You know,
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Huh? You know? And if you want to breathe, come to Ghana. You know, and just figure it out slowly and don't be in a rush. And I think you'll learn to enjoy yourself. I tell you, there's some beautiful homes here, places that will make you say, Beverly Hills, who? So real estate appreciates at 100% here. So it's a good place to invest and buy a home and timeshare or Airbnb or whatever you want to do. And the other thing that I really appreciate about Ghana is help. You have help.
Yes, you don't have to do it.
And I'm, you know, again, when I go to the States, I went to the store. This is a funny story. I went to Sephora or Ulta or someplace, and I was buying cosmetics, you know. So I asked the little girl, you know, that was serving. She was so perky and cute. And I said, well, where's this? Where's that? So she's taking me around the store, showing me different things. And she said, I think you need a basket. I said, you know what? I think I do. So she goes and gets a basket, and she's standing next to me with the basket. And I'm looking at things on the shelf. And there's like this awkward moment. And she goes, here you go. And I was like, oh, you're not going to carry the basket? You're not going to help me? And I just started laughing because I thought if I was in Ghana, that girl would have stood there with that basket and put everything in it and carried it around and carried it to my car.
So you got accustomed to the good life,
I've gotten accustomed to the good life, you know, and I'm not here insisting on being a queen or a king. But, you know, if you treat people right, they treat you right. And they recognize disrespect and they will leave you. And that's as simple as it is.
And the thing, another thing, just picking up on what you said, they will never tell you that you've disrespected them. You just won't hear from them again.
Exactly.
That's how it is.
You won't get the help. And
Yes.
so you have to learn how to honor people here because it's a very honor-coded type of society. You know, older people, they're never going to call you by your first name. They're going to call you auntie or uncle, you know. So the whole respect mechanism is built into our culture. So if you're coming, you're disrespectful, they find that quite shocking. And you might wonder, well, why are they responding to you the way they're responding? But you're being disrespectful. So, you know, we have to watch that. We don't... we're not as out there as Americans are.
There's a lot of learning to do when you move here, right? Okay, so I just want to ask you this final question, because a lot of people think that, oh, when I'm retired, I'll move to Ghana. That'll be the perfect time to come to Ghana. Do you think that's right or that's wrong? What would you say?
Well, I think there's a retirement space, but I think that it's a great place for younger people to come and get in on the ground floor, the growth and the expansion that's happening. This is a very entrepreneurial country. You know, so everybody's got a hustle, which I love. Everybody is doing something, not just one thing, but several things. And it is a place that will develop your character and also develop your giftings because it's going to pull everything out of you. Anything that you want to offer, anything that's in you, it's going to pull it out. I mean, I've been here. And I never thought I'd be acting in movies. I never thought I'd be doing music on the level that I'm doing it. I never thought I'd be doing fashion. They were all little glimmers of hope in my mind. And here, those things got pulled out of me. And I can't tell you how many gracious designers, every time I would say, oh, because I would go and rearrange their stuff when they were making it for me. They'd say, you need to be a designer. I say, oh, one day. They go, when you're ready, we'll help you. I mean, so you've got that going too. And they would ask me every now and then, when are you going to do your stuff? We're going to help you. So, I mean, where else can you find that? You know, it's what you make it. Life really in Ghana is what you make it.
Absolutely.
And it's nobody's fault but your own if you don't flourish here. That's really my opinion.
Oh, I'm inclined to agree with you. Thank you so much for talking to me today. I think you've shared a wealth of knowledge. I think you've inspired a lot of people as well as they watch this video. You've inspired a lot of people to kind of get up and do it and go.
Get up and do it.
Yeah, so thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
A lot. Guys, I'm going to put all of Michelle's details into the description box. You can contact her if you would like to. Are you open to people contacting you?
Sure, yeah. definitely. We've got a website, so you can have that.
Okay, so I'll put your details
Yeah.
of the website on there and stuff like that, and they can follow you, see what you're up to,
Yes.
and keep up to
And if you want to do a tour with me, come on.
Oh, there you go. Yes, you mustn't forget the tour, right? I think that's really important.
Yeah, you can pull together your own group and your own dates. So.
Perfect. Okay. So guys, that is the end of today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it a lot, as much as I have. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, I would love it if you would do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also like, comment, and share this video. Until next time, I am out.